Alright guys, showed you the clothes, now it's time to show you the gear. Stick with me, I'm gonna get this opened up and we'll go through everything I brought out here with me. Be right back with you. Alright guys, let's talk about the gear that I chose to bring with me. I'm going to show you everything. Alright, number one, my 12 gauge single shot shotgun. This is a Stevens. I showed a video of this previously. I did not bring any meat with me. I'm hoping to get some squirrel. I do have 5 110 conibears set, hoping to catch some squirrel, and we'll talk about that when it comes about. But if I don't, I need to be able to harvest meat, and that's why I brought my single shot 12 gauge shotgun. With that in my pouch here, I just have some extra rounds of ammo. Alright, I have my Mora hook knife. Gives me some crafts that I'm able to do while I'm out here. I did bring a spoon that I used wood burning to burn a bowl in. Alright, I have a small camp axe, a mask on it that I handcrafted to chop and process firewood. I have this is from REI, this is the candle lantern, as well as a extra candle. I have a leather buckskin Tinder pouch that I made, and it is simply full of cedar, yellow birch, and river birch. That's all that's inside this little pouch here. Mountain men would have traditionally carried some tinder starting materials with them because you never know what you're going to find when you get where you decide to set up camp. So, little tinder pouch. I have another pouch that I made. And inside here is my sewing kit. So this could be for repairs I may need to do to the leathers that I'm wearing, as well as any crafts I may choose to do while I'm out here. I have a roll of artificial sinew and an Altoid tin that has a variety of different hooks, needles, and things like that for upholstery and leather. Alright, so sewing kit. Inside this pouch here, I have some chaga. So chaga, this came from Canada. This can be used for tea, which is what I plan to do it, but is also a great fire starter as well. This is true fire tinder. Now I found that after you've used it for tea and it dries out, it's not as good as when you dry it out and use it before you use it as tea, but I brought it for tea purposes, and it is capable of fire making as well. And then I brought a little bag of coffee. Mountain men would have very traditionally carried some dry items with them and harvested their meat. That's what I plan on doing. Since I'm on the topic of that, I did bring a little bit of brown rice, a little thing of oil, and I made up some bannock to have for breakfast. I brought a metal cup. I brought my Moore's bush pot. I have a coffee percolator and a frying pan with the adjustable handles. Inside of this buckskin leather pouch that I made also, I have a couple of tins, and each tin I have something inside of it. Oh, I also have, forgot to mention, some dehydrated vegetables, so it's peas, soup greens, tomatoes, corn, to add to a soup or stew if I'm able to get myself some squirrel. So again, dried goods. I have a char tin with some char already made in it, as well as some cloth to make more char. I have a flint and steel fire kit. I have jute twine, I have a steel, and flint. And that's my means of fire. And inside this tin is just seasonings. Now, many of these seasonings have medicinal value, as well as just adding flavor to my stew or my meat. Carrying seasonings and dry goods, again, I feel quite common for the mountain man. I brought an extra pair of wool socks, a 100% wool shirt, and it has more of a traditional look to it, and I brought some scrap leather in case I choose to make something while I'm out here. For the blankets, I have 3 wool blankets. 2 of them are twin, 1 of them is a throw. This one on the outside is 100% alpaca wool. Then I have an 80% military wool blanket, and then I have another 75% wool throw. Alright, so that is all the gear that I brought with me as I spend the night out here. I think it's supposed to get down to 32 tonight. Inside my shelter, when we get to that, I have a few other items in there. So that's the gear that I'm choosing to use as I try to experience the woods as a mountain man, or as if a mountain man could have. So thanks for watching. God bless.